Yeah, I'm ready. Wait, what did MJ say we're calling this again? Oh, right. No, I got it. I know we're live. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Live. In person, live Raw. Welcome back to News of My Fiance. Raw, live, in person, live Raw. With Morgan Jones and myself, DJ Ambush. We are reporting live from a 5-alarm fire. That is indeed Portland, Oregon.
Yep, that's where we are.
Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your support. Be a part of the text chat fam squad and join the conversation in the chat. We are up on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch tonight.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Shout out to our studio sponsors, L&J Industries, for providing this dope space for us each week. Shout out to our production team, Kyle of Residual Audio, Jess and Ross, and our remote quality controller, Michelle, for making sure this show happens every single Monday. And of course, shout out to y'all for watching, listening, and staying engaged with us. Yes.
Now, before we get started, fiancés, please make sure you subscribe, comment, ring that bell so the algorithm notices us. Become a member over at patreon.com/newsofmyfiance to support our ever-expanding show. You just want to be able to spend quality time with y'all while we're paying these bills. So now let's get it cracking.
Quick shout out to Greg in the chat. I love you too. He said, I love y'all so much. Hey, Greg.
What up, cuzzo? Greg, I am season 2 of The Expanse. I'm almost done. I'm about to hit season 3. All right, cool.
That's right.
Yep.
That was a Greg recommendation.
It was a Greg recommendation.
Yeah.
AJ, what up?
Hey, boo. I'm like, I don't know where to look.
She's up on YouTube.
Okay. There's I'm trying to be engaged in the 2 different places, but it is incredibly hard.
All over the place.
Yeah. So what are we going to talk about later today? Later today, we're going to talk about,
Trump loves Africans.
Nope.
Yes.
I mean, that wasn't my headline.
Oh. Go ahead.
Trump flued out a bunch of white asylum seekers.
Oh, okay. That's definitely a way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what he did.
Yeah.
We've been saying we're living in the upside down for like 7 years and or maybe long. I don't know. Whenever Stranger Things came out. There should be nothing that surprises or shocks or gives you any more like fatigue, I guess. You shouldn't even be like, man, that makes me tired.
No.
This one makes me tired.
You're like, all of that said. I am
exhausted.
Yeah.
Like just the entire thing to even have to explain it.
It's understandable.
And then we will talk about the advocates sounding alarms over Oregon housing aid program failures.
Like,
somehow that kind of keeps happening. You know? It's wild. Like there's programs to make things happen, and then you get no money, and then they can't do stuff. An update: the voter guide drops tomorrow. I know that I said it would drop Friday, and it didn't. This is me holding myself accountable. You can all hold me accountable too. It's on the way. It has now been proofread. I believe it's ready to be shared. That will be up tomorrow at some point.
Yes. What up, P-Town?
I'm not going to put a time stamp on it. Don't do that to yourself.
P-Town said, them earrings, though.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So the voter guide will be up on our website, and we will have links in our link tree. We'll put a post up so you'll know. Some of the feedback that we've gotten on it so far has been great. So we hope that you guys, find it as informative and helpful as we intended. I put in a lot of hard work on that. This is like a group project. And you know how it works when it's like, there's a group project, but then there's always that one person that's going to carry the load. So, I don't usually like to toot my own horn. You guys know that about me. But I did like 98% of this shit, man. So, shout out to the rest of the team, Jess, Lily, AJ, and Morgan for pulling in that too. And hey, again, team effort there. Truth of the matter is I had nothing to do with it.
I will knock this whole shit over, fam. The entire thing.
I want you to appreciate that voter guide, knowing that I had nothing to do with it. Nothing. I made sure it's on the website. I'll get it up. I handle distribution. That's,
We didn't need to go that far, but like,
another
98% is wild.
Another Wayne Enterprises production.
That's the realest shit you ever wrote. Just another billionaire taking credit for shit they ain't do.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Fun.
That's what we do, man. I want that we to be so real.
Do you?
Yeah. We already had this conversation.
I really want you to stop inspiring. No.
Hey, Joy.
Hey, Joy.
Listen. I don't know if you got to keep relitigating this.
Excuse me. Shout out to AJ in the chat. We're not talking to you anymore. We're going to take some actual feedback from it.
Wow.
AJ said it is so good.
It is.
Hat off to Morgan, all caps. She slayed this.
Oh, that's why you wanted to read it?
Yes.
Because you saw you had a shout out, so you wanted to cut me off. So
There is no mystery here to solve. Sherlock, yes. Yes.
Jess, could you give me a camera?
Perfect.
And that is the problem with women's liberation. That's all I got.
Lock him up. What are you talking about? Absolutely not. What?
Uncle C's, what's good, B?
Hey. Hi, C's.
I had a really good conversation with C's. What was that? Saturday? No. Maybe. No. Saturday we had the thing, so it was Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. Really good conversation with C's on my way to pick up some meat. So I know how it sounds. So C's,
No.
I call C's back, right? He hit me earlier in the week. I called him back and I was like, hey. He's like, what you doing? I said, I'm actually on the way to, pick up some meat. He was like, C says, I don't know how I feel about you on the way to pick up some meat, and then I pop in your head and you give me a call.
Call me for it.
So I says,
That sounds about C's.
So I says to my brethren, I said, listen, man, why can't it be I'm going to pick up some meat and the first person that comes to my mind is someone else who's good on the grill? Why couldn't it have been that? C says, well, you're right. But also maybe I was fishing for a compliment. I said, okay, fair enough.
Now I know that's an actual direct quote.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was. He said, I love the meat talk.
I bet you do.
I'm out.
So
we can cut the show now. This has been the best show that we've ever done.
Right now.
We don't need to let it get bad.
So coast to coast, how many of you have seen this account? Yeah.
Okay.
How many of you see this account? Essential Foods Direct. They got
No.
They got this post on Instagram. 20 ribeyes for $40. Listen,
Death.
I saw it for the first time, like last month. Somehow mixed the days up. No, they don't have any. Didn't have any. P-Town, they didn't have any dodo.
No dodo at the meat truck.
I am glad that people keep asking though. We are on the hunt.
Well, you guys want to jerk it, so
Yeah, goddamn right. So last month when I saw this, I was like, okay, got it. Those prices are ridiculous. We got to get on this. Scheduling, I had mixed up what day I thought it was. And then here I was the next day like, oh, missed it. I was just totally devastated. But this time, I saw it ahead of time. had it opened in the schedule, right? Because it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday that they were in Vancouver at I forgot what location. It was like a market, like a little strip mall, little plaza, and they were set up there. So once I started following an account, I was seeing like they go state to state doing this. Okay, cool. I'm seeing people from the East Coast following this account. I'm like, all right, bet. So Friday, I'm like, okay. They open at 10. And initially, Morgan was going to go. But then you were like, I got to get this voter. I got putting some time with the voter guy. I said, don't you worry about it. I'm going to step up. I'm going to step up to the challenge.
It's your challenge.
Goddamn right. I'm going to step up. I'm going to make this happen for my family. I'm going to bring home 20 ribeyes for $40. As a matter of fact, you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to double down. I see your 20 ribeyes for 40. I'm spending 80. Give me 40 ribeyes. Let's make it happen. You know? L&J Industries. Let's go. Between the two households. Let's make it happen. Ribeyes all around. I'm distributing.
Everybody,
you know what I'm saying? Get these ribeyes like bricks. You know?
Watching too much snowfall right now.
We are watching a lot. Happening. We are watching a lot of snowfall.
Everyone's wondering, that's what's happening.
We're watching a lot of snowfall. But also, traditionally, I do a lot of brick talk. You know? You guys know me.
A regular Pusha T.
Regular Pusha T around here.
Correct.
So, on the phone with C's, get there. And we're having a great conversation about our episode from last week where he's saying to me, listen, you gotta be a little less harsh. Like you're talking all of this, restorative justice, but then you're telling people that because they made a bad decision or the wrong decision when it came to Trump, you ain't messing with them no more. And he's like, I understand how you feel about it, but you got to dial that back. Mm-hmm. He even said it a little cringy, Ambush. I said, oh, man.
Hurt your little heart, didn't it?
It didn't. And I expressed to him, I said, you know what? Because of our relationship, there's never a time where I feel like you're going to say something to me where I'm like, he's trying, hit me with some darts.
Right.
And it was really, really great feedback. It was amazing feedback. Plus, that's just also who C's is,
It absolutely is.
He's a gentle giant. He's always trying to smooth out my edges or whatever. Yeah. So, we're at the meat truck.
Okay.
So, I pull up. Truck is a refrigeration truck in the parking lot. There is a white tent on the back of the truck where they're serving people. And then there's a line of people. Now, because of these prices, I'm like, when I pull up, there's going to be tons of people out here, first off. Secondly, that's why I tried to get up there so early. So I was there maybe like 10:15, 10:30. Got up there. I get out of the car. I get out of the car and I'm walking up. And this white dude, older white dude, he was like, I don't know. Feels kind of scammy, but you take a look. And I was like, okay. So I'm listening to C's and I'm listening to him and I'm like, I don't know, white guy. I don't know. Gotta see for myself. Yeah. So I'm in line. They take one person at a time. You get up to this table, you take a look at the menu, cool. They call you back. And then when you get back there, there's like, they open this box up and they lay out all these different cuts of meat. So while there is 20 ribeyes for $40, that's the hook to get you up there because they want to sell you these huge meat packages. Huge meats, these. And what they got going on, these packages are like a couple $100, like, $600-700. But
that's not a couple.
You're right. That's several. But if you buy this one package of meat, they give you all this seafood, and so I'm watching. Certain people are getting, they're getting the 20 for 40. Certain people are getting the full meat packages. I'm saying, oh, okay, all right, cool. I get up there, and I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna look. So they give me the whole spiel. They open it up, boom, show me all the cuts, and I'm like, wow, okay, cool. Look at the price. I'm like, that's not what I'm spending today.
I'm not here to spend $600.
No, definitely not doing that. I said I'm here for the 20 for 40. I'll take 2 of those. And they're like, we can only do one per customer. And I was like, son of a... He opens the box and he said, I like to call these breakfast steaks. They're good for cheesesteaks, a little accompanying. I was like, okay. So there's a little box, a black box. You open it up, you see all these steaks. You pick up the steak, and it's a piece of paper. It's about as thin as my phone. 20 of these.
You have to put your hand behind it.
20 of these. Right over here. $40. So I'm like, well, you're not going to trick me into buying anything else. I'm here. I'm grabbing this and I'm out. So then I take a picture of it when I get in the car, send it to Morgan and Lily. MJ's like, yay, you did it. What I was trying to illustrate in the picture was how thin the fucking steaks were. She didn't notice it initially.
Yeah.
And then Lily's like, man, should I send John? I was like, do not. Do not send John across the bridge in Washington to get these thin-ass steaks. Please don't. So get home, and MJ's like, you know, I didn't notice how thin those steaks were when you first sent the picture.
Why did you do that?
Why did you do that? And I was like, I wanted to taste the cut. So then I put the box down, and she's like, wait a minute. And she looks at the box. She says, does that say 4 pounds? Does that say 4 pounds? And I'm like, wait, let's pay $10 a pound. And she said, why did you do that? And I said, I wanted to taste the cut. I didn't have anything else. I didn't have anything else. It was in that moment that I realized I paid $10 a pound. What am I, made of money? I'm not a billionaire yet.
I very much want this story not to be true. And it is completely true. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if this is the news you guys tuned in for, but it's the news you're getting.
Joyce said, ew, is it dollar store meat?
No, it's not dollar store meat. There's a farm listed on the flyer saying which farm it came from.
That matters.
And I will say this.
In this administration.
I will say this.
A soliciting meat truck, and you're like, there's a farm.
Okay. In all fairness, I need you guys to know my entire fam, my whole team was down. Okay. My whole team was there.
To go, not to purchase it if it was that.
Listen, okay?
I need you to know that had I had gone, we would not know the rest of this story. There's no way I would have bought that.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Had you have gone, I wouldn't have been able to taste the cut. It's a great. I gotta say it. It's a great marble on these things. They're going to taste amazing. They just, again, they're a lot on the thin side.
7 seconds on each side.
Yeah, you got to cook these quick. Oh my God. Yeah, you got to cook these quick. You might be able to cook these in sunlight. Put it in the window like how you do sun tea. You may be able to cook these steaks that way. They're thin. They're thin, guys. Lakeitha said it's from one of them LLC farms.
Right.
They tell you to go get the tax write-off.
Hi, Lakeitha. Exactly that.
Not repackaged steakum. Seeds, no. They're thicker than steakums.
Yeah, like very much.
Oh my gosh. Well.
Very much.
You know what? What I'm not going to do is sit here and act as if I haven't been had. Okay. Your boy's been had. Okay. I went through that, so hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that. And this is me giving you a PSA about
you know what? Thank you.
Essential Foods Direct. You know, not the stopping you guys' parade, but yeah. The steaks that are in the photo are the cuts that are a part of that $600 meat package. And it's like a ton
Okay, so they show you the thing, and there's like thick pieces and all of that.
Yeah, when they do the
and
whole...
then they're like, here's the thing we hooked you with on Instagram.
Right.
And you like, yeah.
When they do the whole, this is what we have to offer. Oh.
I was like... said you got thick lunch meat.
Patricia Town. I would prefer that you take it a little bit easier on your boy.
Oh my God.
Thick lunch meat is hilarious. That's
the
hilarious.
Name of the episode.
Thick lunch meat.
That anymore?
Yeah, thick lunch meat's the name of the episode. God damn. Son of a bitch.
Oh my God. I am the weekend.
Thick lunch meat is crazy.
I'm sorry. And I interrupted you to say it. I have no idea.
I don't know what I was saying either.
I'm sorry.
Holy shit. Thick lunch meat is wild.
Yeah, like I can't actually look at the chat. Y'all be wild. That is hella funny.
They grinding me up. I'm lucky. You know, you guys are lucky. You guys are my fiancés. I put up with this crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my PSA for Essential Foods Direct.
Definitely don't do that anymore.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Unless you do have the hundreds to spend.
No, like maybe don't.
Because the cuts, man.
Yeah, but
that's what I was talking about. I was describing the actual cuts of the room.
I want us to stick with just one part. And that is, you have no idea what the price per pound any of that was, right? So I don't say if they would cheat you so much with the first one, if you think that it gets better later, like
now you're the expert. Find Scamala Jones. She's on the case.
Address me as Palazan. Thank you very much.
But yeah, that's
my real name.
Yeah, that was did not feel like. Well, I guess I do feel like I brought home the bacon. That was about the thickness of the slice. But yeah,
it's beef bacon.
It's beef bacon.
Finally. Secured. Well, that's a lot of meat talk to go right into the Diddy Trial.
Lily said ribeyes are usually sold in two sizes, 12 ounce and 20 ounce. You got an entire steak in 20 pieces.
About that.
3-card Molly with the meat. Yeah, see, that's what they did. Shit. This is some cooking with Am content.
This is amazing.
Wow. I'm heating up. You guys are killing me.
This is the thing. I love this is how opposites attract because I would never open this door ever to get roasted like that.
I kick these doors wide open. I love it.
I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm not saying that it wouldn't happen to me. I'm saying I'm not going to come to y'all and be like, oh, y'all bored?
Y'all bored?
Roast me. Let me tell you this.
You're not going to come to him as a woman? As a shopping woman?
No.
Nope. No. So yeah, we were transitioning into Diddy.
I was trying to.
Yeah. So if anyone doesn't know, my trial is over, but Diddy's trial has just begun.
Subway King. Don DeMarco.
And this early in the trial, a witness has disappeared already.
We just sat the jury.
The
jury just sat.
And the jury makeup is 8 men, 4 women.
Interesting.
And the backup jurors, 4 men, 2 women.
It went from 43 jurors to 18.
Bruh.
And I don't know if that was before or after a witness was disappeared.
Bruh.
And I hesitate so much to say anything. But Albie Sure is out here right now, like, talking to people.
Is he?
Yes. And it's like, yeah, I'll testify in that trial. And I'm so worried for him now.
He got to chill, man.
I'm so worried.
He got to chill. So the woman, I think she's like witness number 3.
Yeah.
And apparently she's got like the heaviest testimony coming up. But she can't be contacted. Like she's the one that's like, she's got the most eyewitness account to offer. I'm just like, what gets heavier than anything Cassie has to say? But, okay. Is Cassie being called as a witness? I don't know. I know they did admit the video. They're saying the video, But in any event, yes, she cannot be contacted. Her lawyer cannot be contacted. And the defense is like, hey, either get them in here. Produce those witnesses. Or take her off the witness list. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen a mob movie before, but I have. I've seen a couple of them, Johns. Yeah. They just lean on a witness, right? Like, it's just lean, and then maybe sometimes you just are held until the trial is over. Right. And sometimes you sleep with a fish or something like that. Cement shoes. That's what they say. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what Diddy's facing right now. Do you know how many years he's facing? I don't know how many years he's facing. I know it's 5 federal charges he's looking at. And honestly, I think, and I could be wrong about the prosecution strategy, but these 5 federal charges look like this is what they're starting with. And then once they get him on these, they're going to continue the investigation and start adding on more charges. Because these like from everything that we've heard so far, it's like, oh, okay, this doesn't seem like this is encompassing everything you're accusing him of, but maybe these are the strongest cases you think you can bring to court. Strongest charges you think you can bring to court. Right. So, yeah. Yeah. Joy said, honestly, I think he's going to walk. Here's the thing, Joy. It's not wild to think that. No, it's not. It's not wild to think that. I think the Fed usually doesn't lose. Usually don't lose. And they have a lot of evidence, including the things that he's done once he got locked up. I mean, the witness tampering is documented. Him making offers to people over the phone is documented. My man, like we ain't even doing real code. Like, just because you use someone else's phone, that you're like, they ain't gonna record this one, brother. This is where I'm at. Right. So he used someone else's phone code to try to hide his calls. You have access to your lawyer. You tell your lawyer whatever you want to get to whoever you want to get, and have the lawyer handle that. Or have the lawyer pass it to someone else to handle that. Right. Why you think your voice needs to be the one to say it? I mean, I understand the narcissism and the power and the way you used to flex it. You're in a different space right now. Like, you are in a federal facility. And I'm pretty sure you've produced a film, or at least a video, a rap video, where people are like, the phone's tapped. Like, I mean, this isn't a new concept. This isn't a new concept. Me, like, just very confused by so much of it. It's right. Like, it's not a new concept. You've watched this in movies. You've lived it in some senses of, and then, but also still not you. Definitely, but not me. They wouldn't do that to me. They wouldn't surveil me. I'm the diddler. They wouldn't do me like that. Sean Diddy Combs. I just don't. That breaks my brain. I just don't understand the thought process there, to be the smartest person in the room, and also like, and I'm not saying that they're the smartest people, right? But they believe themselves. Definitely. Because I mean, he was just like, oh, I circumvented the system by using someone else's number. You got in trouble for it, and then they got in trouble for it. But also, cell phones don't exist in the prison you're at, because they're everywhere. Aren't you on TikTok or something? We know for a fact
Like, none of that makes any sense. It's so stupid.
Somebody on your block got a phone. Like, what are we talking about?
Right. It's silly. It's silly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like not trying to make a way for him to be able to get away with this kind of stuff. I'm just saying it's wild that you're getting away with it the way that you're getting.
Yeah.
Or that you're getting caught the way you are.
You're just flabbergasted with the way, this is panning out.
It's 1,000% messy when you have all of the ways to make it not. So I don't get it. Having all of the power and influence means nothing because when you're backed in the corner, you're just going to do the really dumb shit that any other desperate person with no resources would do.
Right.
Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, in other news, of black men that challenged my journey on abolition, Tory Lames. Tory Lames
is his last name.
Yeah.
Chosen.
Apparently, there's reports that he got stabbed. How'd you put it? He got poked in the pokey.
He got poked in the pokey.
I mean, I hear it.
Stop. I'm sorry.
Happened? Give it to me.
Lily said fiancés.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. I interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
I pinned it, though. You might as well, yeah.
Well, I'll say it now.
Yeah.
When News of My Fiance's YouTube channel hits 200 subscribers, Am is going to take the last 20 people out to dinner to split one entire entree. Will it be at least like maybe like one of the platter samplers, you know?
Yeah, right.
Feed people a little bit more.
I'm down.
Sorry, I totally read that wrong. I thought she said 200. I thought she was saying we hit 200.
We should do something big for 200.
And
I'm down with that.
I really apologize.
No, it's quite all right. I'm down with that.
Please go back to.
I love the idea, though. Maybe we'll.
We don't love the idea of you splitting one entree with 20 people.
But me cooking for 20 people is fine.
Oh,
I love it. You know.
Went from taking people to dinner to now you're making people dinner. You make everything harder.
I don't understand. I make it more joyous. Huh? Sitting down somewhere ordering. That's cool. Do I get to cook for you? Huh? Yeah. All of that shit.
Yes, you do.
It's like DJing with food. So anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So Tory, they're saying he got stabbed, but do we know whether he fell on glass?
Probably fell on some glass.
You know.
What part of his body was it? Did he step on the glass?
What was he wearing?
I do wonder what he was wearing.
Yeah.
What was his hairline doing? Was it running from his forehead?
Was this a consensual stabbing? Did they have a previous...
Mutually violent.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the dynamic of this relationship?
Yeah.
How much do we really know?
Not enough.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the video.
Yeah. Oh.
And then once I see it, I'd like to see what happened before you started recording.
Plus, where in the heck is the medical assessment? You know?
Show me the bullets.
Yeah.
Show me the shiv.
Show me the shiv. If you can't produce the shiv.
Show me the shiv.
If you can't produce the shiv, he probably did it to himself. I don't know.
If anybody is wondering, why would we be talking about Tory Lanez? I am going to forever celebrate moments of his downfall. And I have no problem saying that. Mm-hmm. None whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So, whoopsie doodles. Sorry you slipped. You should watch where you're going.
The responses online were hilarious. It was like, Tory Lanez got stabbed. It was like, so what am I having for lunch?
Literally.
What am I going to do for lunch?
No, Joy, there's not a video. I don't know if there's a video. Who is he, Tory Lanez? He is the Canadian rapper who shot Meg Thee Stallion and then lied about it.
And then lied about it. And
apologized for it. Then lied about it.
Tried to get everyone else to accept responsibility for what he did.
Man.
Any and everyone he could.
And that, having been near situations where people are like, you can take this charge for me, right? You can take this charge for me, right? This was the wildest ever. Like when your lawyers are like, that's not a defense. This not a defense. This will not work. This one has to not be a part of our strategy. So much that you want to move forward. I quit. Like I'm not going to be a part of that. And then he ended up not using that strategy anyway because it was stupid. But Neither here nor there.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a...
Breaking news. Someone got what they likely deserve.
Right. I don't care. I don't care. I know I'm
SAFO.
supposed to be in a different place. Again, down with the criminal justice system, prison industrial complex.
Certainly.
However...
There's not a however.
Oh.
Is there?
Where you want to put Tory at? I mean, right now. Not like in the future where we have a better system that is actually,
I think Tory,
for the time being, he can be where he's at. Him and Diddy. For the time being, y'all can sit right where you are. Yeah.
In the current iteration of what this is, they are where they are supposed to be.
Boom. Awesome.
Is that fair?
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it like 20 ribeyes for $40.
No. Ambush. I need that not to be a callback. You did not love that actual result. Do I need to, I feel like in these moments, this is a good story and it's really funny, but do you need to be reminded that at the end, not a great thing not the greatest outcome there?
Let me ask you a question. Los, what's good? When's the last time you've had a filet mignon? When's the last time you had some Wagyu? Right?
It's been a minute.
Okay. That stuff's just priced differently, right?
I really cannot wait to know where you're going.
Without having tasted these meats.
Oh, no, we 1,000% know.
How do we know it's not worth $10 a pound? I'm just saying, how do we know?
Because it's thick lunch meat. That's how. And you could have bought Spam and cut it the size you wanted it.
Again,
you know what I'm saying?
With the thick lunch meat.
Because that's why. Yeah. No, we don't need to investigate that cut to know.
All right.
You're going to bite your lip because it's going to be so big.
Carlos said, motherfuckers don't just get poked for no reason though, right? What did he do to get that down? That down to him in there? Get that done to him in there?
I mean, he is a big shit talker.
Huge. Huge. He in there doing features. He probably in there talking about, I'm getting out tomorrow. He's one of those. Yeah. He's definitely one of those.
He's not well.
Yeah. He's not. He's not. He's
and I'm not saying
he's still in denial. He's still in denial. Wasn't it 2 or 3 months in, or maybe it was 6 months in, when he's talking about he's starting this foundation for incarcerated people, and I'm in there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that might have been pre-trial or something. My man was
what's that show you watch? You finished it already with the brother that became a lawyer.
Oh, For Life.
He was in there on this For Life.
Listen, he didn't even do that. He's, everything he does is a bit of a grift,
Yeah, all of it.
So
him and his daddy.
Yeah, we would sit that right there.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, I think he talks a lot. He talks big shit a lot, and he does not have the ability to back that up where he is.
No. But he didn't have the ability to back it up when he was out.
Well, he had people
He's not
with
a
him,
tough.
though.
Yeah, he's not a tough guy. He's not this person that you ever heard shit about, and then Tory Lames.
He's on a Mac, and here's what I mean by that.
On a Mac from Baddies.
He will fight you. Your size isn't an issue. Fam is gonna fight. He took off on August Alsina for no reason.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
He was squad deep doing that too.
Right. Yeah. He has people with him. He's not. That's how he does that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have that same circle. He doesn't have that same protection in a prison in LA. You don't have that.
Yeah. True.
So I can only imagine, honestly. And this is the kind of thing that I will unfortunately pay attention to.
Kind of have to at this point. Do you think that this will change his behavior? Do you think he'll stop talking shit once he gets back?
Absolutely not.
Or he's Tupac now, right?
Right. Like,
I got stabbed and they try to take me out and I'm still here.
Mans is absolutely going that route.
He's writing verses.
No way he's not going to do that.
Singles about to drop.
Absolutely. On the way.
Through the wire.
Album rollout.
Through the wire.
This is a part
I
of
get it. Okay.
Not absolutely. Yeah. Because he's in prison right now. He is on recording, apologizing for what he did. He's in prison right now, still paying other people to say that he didn't do what he did. So of course he's gonna be like,
I see it.
Can't nothing stop me. I'm 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
Now, this is a rollout. Yes. I definitely feel this. This is a campaign. This is like Trump's assassination attempt. I feel you. I feel you.
You mean for real manufactured?
Yeah.
I think this is going to use this moment.
I think it's probably manufactured.
Yikes.
I think at the end of the day, somebody hit him with a toothpick. Like, yeah.
Okay, real quick. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I bit my lip. She said, nope, we're going to need a live tasting.
Oh, of the...
Yep.
Of the steak?
Of the thick lunch meat. There's no other word for it now. I'm sorry. I don't have anything else to call it.
I will. I will record my prep, cooking of it, and a live tasting. Yeah, I'll do it. Cool.
Oh my gosh, P-Town, I completely forgot. I will not forget tonight. She said, but did you check out that artist Ren? Definitely going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally forgot. Totally meant to. I'm so sorry.
Joy made a recommendation. She said, go to 99 Cent Ranch. They have the ones from Japan and H Mart. Steak.
Oh.
99 Cent Ranch. I feel like I've seen that place somewhere.
Not C said you got the sample size. Wow. Sorry, I don't mean to bring it back. I shouldn't be reading the chat backwards. Michelle told me that a long time ago.
Carlos said Carlos said debating on meat thickness. Hey, yo. Lo, sometimes you just can't leave.
Welcome.
You can't leave certain things on the table, bro. You gotta. You start. You put the meat on the table. You gotta talk about it.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so if we're gonna talk about it,
what?
100 Men versus. The chatter has been 100 men versus a gorilla, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to hear there's been every iteration of like 100 men versus everything, right? Mm-hmm. I want no more talk. 100 men versus 10 fucking billionaires. Do your work.
My favorite was
your work.
My favorite was 100 Men versus Consent. That was fire. That shit was.
Well, they're gonna lose every time.
I was like, whoa, Consent, you're fucked, bro. It was great.
No, but I'm asking for the action. Please, 100 men. Go. 10 billionaires. That's it.
Leave the aspiring billionaires out of it. Okay, I want zero smoke with you, 100 men. Zero.
I want you to know what you sound like when you say that.
What?
Like the person who makes $100,000 and thinks that when someone says eat the rich, they're talking about them.
Yeah, top of the world. No
one's talking to you about the...
Well, they should be. It's my first 100,000. I'm on the way. So, I did see they did...
Ejector seat.
You want to get one installed?
Yeah.
How much you think that's going to cost? Okay. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Who pays for it?
Fair enough.
Come on, man.
Bruce Wayne.
They can get the stuff done. R&D department. Anyways, so the most depressing part about this whole 100 Men versus Gorilla thing.
Yeah. Depressing, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
So remember I put on that, it was like a news short where they had like a gorilla expert. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. You're watching this and then you went to the porch or something. I finished watching it. And don't you know... She was like, the 100 men would win.
Would win what?
100 men could defeat one gorilla.
Okay.
Because they tire him out at some point.
Yeah.
Like maybe after he got through like 30 or 40 of them, at that point they'd be able to subdue him. And I was like, that's not the way I wanted that to go. I mean,
I hear that. And that also means that those 100 men stayed, right? And that they're like...
Yeah, they're in a... Yeah. I mean, that was the whole strategy. Like, you're not running. You're in a room with this gorilla.
Yeah.
So the gorilla goes down, the 100 men go down. No one leaves this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Okay.
And I don't think that's how that would go.
I'm campaigning for the gorilla.
I just don't think that's how it would go. I think that there would be like when something with like 9 times your strength, when you see somebody get hit by that, I think there are men that are going to go to the corner. I don't think
have
that
a psychotic break.
I don't think that every man stays for his turn.
Gotcha.
Like I just, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
Nah, that's where I'm at with it. Like, let's be for real.
So like I think that the concept of you're gonna like relentlessly tire something out.
So wait a minute. So what you're saying is
they do that anyway.
Essentially this could last for days.
Like because the gorilla's gonna take a nap?
Listen, like you said, right? A couple of these guys are like, you know what? I'm about it. Once you see a couple arms get ripped off.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? I think guys start running the corners. Actually. At some point, the gorilla's going to be like, you guys are no longer a threat. I'm going to chill.
I don't even care.
I'm going to chill. I'm going to sit down.
Okay.
You know? Whew, there's no food in here. Maybe I'll eat one of these guys I tore apart. I don't know what gorillas eat. But, you know, hey, maybe.
Not humans.
All right. Well, this is a freaky universe where men are... No, men are dumb to try this anyway. Anyways, but I think, that could stretch. That could stretch. And then one of the guys on like day 2 was like, hey, man, we're not getting out of here till this gorilla's down. Let's take another run at
weapons?
it.
I didn't
There are no weapons.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that I understood the ground rules.
None. No weapons. Yeah.
You can't even build a weapon out of like the bone of somebody's arm that was ripped off. Like now you're giving me days. I never even considered that this would be something that could last.
But no, you made it real once you added psychology to it in the way that why are we thinking that this particular gorilla is just so ferocious that it's just going to keep going and plow through 100 men nonstop?
Right.
That makes zero sense. What's his motivation? You know what I'm saying? Like he's not the one.
Bloodlust.
He's not right. He's not the one that set this challenge up. It's the idiot. It's the idiot 100 men who signed up.
I mean, he could just be trying to fight his way out of the warehouse.
Right.
He's in.
There's no guarantee. There's no agreement. It's like he's like, wait. So what do I get? Just 100 guys?
No money on his way.
Psh, let's go. Yeah. He's not like he's on who's going to be a billionaire. He's not. What's his incentive? But no, you're right. That actually makes sense.
I don't know. I just think that like the 100 dudes that are just like, we're gonna Capcom it. Like that's not. I just don't think that's how that would actually go.
Not Capcom.
What else would I call it?
Wow. No, that's great.
Okay.
That's great.
A battle royale.
Right. Caesar said they do eat meat.
Do they eat humans?
I mean, if humans get in the way, you are meat.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think that there are other animals that don't eat humans, probably because we're disgusting. You know, like we're just not. It's not even like meat. It's like
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying I knew for sure about the gorillas.
And the other thing too, right? The type of injuries that you would sustain in that battle could take you out, whether you're dead or not.
Absolutely.
You have chimps that are ripping your face off, and the person's still alive.
If you got your face ripped off,
you're not still fighting, bro.
You're not still fighting. You're not. You're out. So that's one out of the 100.
Yeah, I'm out with this.
We're just the maiming that could happen. Have you seen the movie? What's it called?
I know what you're talking about.
All looking up. Nope. Have you seen Nope? Like just no.
Nah.
Coming back from certain things, but you aren't dead.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm totally against this ape expert. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Okay.
That is
absolutely not where we were going.
We just sussed it out.
Oh, we did different things at the same time, I guess.
They came up with makes zero sense at this point. So, where did you get your degree? Trump University?
I love this show.
Yeah, like, come on. Prager University degree? Come on. It doesn't make sense. How much do we know about this ape expert? They just popped up on TV. They might be friends with RFK. I don't know. What stakes do they have in this? Is this a betting woman? Did she take a bribe to go on television to say, I'm going to root for the men? She probably got paid by someone from the manosphere.
I love where this is going.
We won't know
every moment of it
until we do the deep dives. So look for that in Patreon.
Here's another thing that we can finish in Patreon, but we can start right here.
All right.
Because this is not something that I want to spend a lot of time on. But we absolutely have to talk about.
No, we do. We do.
Trump saying he will accept a $300 to $400 million plane from Qatar.
They dubbed it a sky palace.
As I said, don't want to talk about this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What I do want to say is Trump is not a learned man. But I know that he knows Tom Cruise. Right? Like, he's heard of a Mission Impossible. He knows that there's, like, spy things that happen.
Right.
He's seen a movie or two. I don't know how much he retains, but he's also been the president before. So I think that he's probably been briefed on, like, surveillance from foreign intelligence and, like, maybe why you don't want your people to use Signal or something like that. But, like, I really want to know what the butthurt emails people are saying right now.
I got to take a quick pause. What's that? I can never get this down. The bing bop. How's it go?
Oh, now you're going to put me on the spot. Bing bop, boom bop, bing bop, bow.
Lakeitha just hit me with one of those.
Okay. What she said?
C said they do eat meat.
Okay.
Lakeitha says, but probably wouldn't eat the steaks. Lakeitha, I don't know if you've known this, but we've actually moved on and we discussed two different topics.
Hold on. My girl rewinded. My good sis rewound time for us to revisit that fuckery.
She said, I'm going to let you finish. But Essential Foods has the worst steaks of all time.
Pretty much.
Damn, son.
Fuck them as a record label and a crew.
So, right. Mans is like, give me this plane. Sounds great. Don't
He's
see
like,
what the big
planes,
deal
I love
is.
planes. Planes are amazing, but also I love gifts. If you have gifts, I love gifts. Just give it to me. I know the Congress. I got them. Don't even worry about it. Run me the plane.
He's unfamiliar with the story of the Trojan horse. Completely.
Yeah. I was trying to think of something funny to say back. There's no. He is unfamiliar. Or he's certainly heard it before. He's probably used it in some sort of, business
quite
analogy,
incorrectly.
all the way wrong. And also just, you can say a thing and not comprehend a thing,
I could see it all day. Yeah, because, it's like the Trojan horse. It's like protection, like the condoms. That's where he went.
Likely.
Yeah. So we all need Trojan horses, guys. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And we do.
Cool.
We all need those.
Yeah. So this idiot wants to accept this plane and use it as Air Force One.
Yeah, because they already have this amazing plan. And let me just at least pitch you the plan.
Oh, yeah. Give it to me.
The plan is, this is Air Force One is obviously falling apart. And I think that
is it now?
Well, we as taxpayers probably don't want to have to buy another one, right? Like, not with my tax dollars will you buy another Air Force One. In fact, you go get one. You go out, you want McDonald's money, you go get McDonald's money. And so should we be high-fiving him for going to find the Air Force Trump money plan?
Trump Force One?
Trump Force One? No, seriously, yeah. So the idea of accepting this is the idea of this even being a gift to anyone else isn't an idea.
Right.
There isn't another iteration of a president that we have seen that we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
That I think would confidently accept that, right? I think there's even Hillary Clinton had to give back something that was less than $500.
They would turn it down
as Secretary of State too.
Flat out.
they wouldn't be offered it is part of it too. And I'm not saying that the American other politicians weren't corrupt or weren't whatever. Like,
but they know they had game here with him. They know they had play.
You know who you're dealing with. Like, this is the person who was the president once they found out, definitely, for sure.
Right.
All that Russian hacking in the election. Like, right. And was like, I've never even heard of that country. There's a guy named Vladimir. He's really cool. Love him to pieces. But I don't even think like he's the king of anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, right. I've never heard of Russia. Is that the USSR? I don't know. Anyway, like, he's just been able to do that type of shit. You know what I mean? So right. Like, these people know that he has been compromised, that he is owned by other foreign nationals and other foreign leaders.
Oh, yeah.
So the idea that he would just like extra out loud just be like, yeah, why not? Why would I not? I would be stupid to not accept that. It would be insane for me to not accept this amazing gift from the Qatari government.
Bruh.
I don't want to get this wrong, but like, were we not Jess was just letting us know, like, meanwhile, Hamas is in Qatar, right? Having, who knows?
Recently,
talks. Release an American hostage directly to the American government with no Israeli interference, like, and gift. Like, I don't know.
Coincidence?
Kyle?
I don't know.
Are you here?
Yeah. So shout out to the homie John Morrison.
John Morrison?
Yeah, he's on Facebook.
Quit playing.
John also just...
Hi, John Morrison.
Is the book out or is it pre-order? He did a book. He's an amazing writer. Music documentarian, if you will. Did a book about the story of Boyz II Men. And we're hoping to get... John, I haven't sent you the interview email yet, but I'm going to send you the interview email.
But he has said it in a meeting.
Yes, I have. I'm saying shout out to John because we both know Disha. And Disha used to be Obama's White House social secretary.
Yeah.
And on Threads, she said, I'd like to cash in on all those breakfasts, lunches, and dinners I had to decline from 2009 to 2017 because we couldn't accept anything over $20 US.
Meals?
Couldn't accept anything over $20 US. Wild. Man's just like, give me this plane.
Disha.
Yeah.
What is happening right now? Like, where does this...
We got to get Disha on the show.
We definitely do, but also I would be like losing my mind. I would just be glitching at all times.
Syntax error, full, like, just like
fully,
glitch out. Yeah.
Every single other headline is just like... And I know this thing is, second time around.
Right.
So what could be new besides new planes?
Right.
I'll let you read that to take us to break.
P-Town said Hamas is in Qatar, having thick lunch meat.
Eanes. I'm here for it.
Damn, son.
Bang.
The major concern is this would put Trump in a compromising position. Compromised. This is a security risk.
And it's not just Trump, it's every single person who flies with him.
Absolutely.
There are certain clearances that you're supposed to have to get on those planes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, this is absolutely ludicrous. This is not this is the joke you see in the movie, the apocalyptic movie, where it's like, no way would the president do that thing. Like, that's
right.
And I know we've been living that, but like, it's real bold. It's real loud.
So I said before,
it's in italics.
As we were getting ready for tonight's shows, we were setting up. I said, let him do it, man. We need to really take a deep breath, exhale in acceptance that we live in a Monty Python universe right now where all of the crazy shit is actually supposed to be happening. Because Mans wants to not only accept this plane, he wants to take it with him after his third term. He wants to leave office with it.
Well, yeah, because it's his now.
Right. cool, because that's ever been a thing.
Well, no, but a gift is a gift is a gift. I mean, hello. You've given it. You don't get to take it back.
Yeah, they didn't give it to the office. They gave it to the person.
Right.
That's how.
Which also isn't great.
Right. So for me, I'm like, let him take it. Let him take it. We will have all types of audio recordings of whatever's been going on, whatever he will continue to do on that plane afterwards. Like, buckle in.
And then I want to
for the fun,
you
guys,
that you are the person who tells me, and rightly so, that no video evidence, audio evidence matters. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
so
yeah, I'm
having
sorry.
him on any gotcha moment, he could be in 4K and it don't matter.
Let me be clear. It's
My
never.
man faked an assassination twice, like in real life.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So let me be clear. This is not for the sake of accountability. It's merely for humor. Again,
just entertainment purposes.
This is There's no gotcha
it's
button.
The Apprentice.
There's no gotcha button. This is purely entertainment.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is America season 2029. Yeah. There's no gotcha
the fall
for
of an empire.
Yeah. The only people that's getting gotcha'd right now are the Dems. No, there's no.
And they're not even playing that game right now.
Terrible at it.
The idea that they just graciously offered to donate a plane, like, please tell me if you could ever in your life believe that is real. Like,
bruh. Okay. So we should head into the break. Before we do that, I want to put some things on you guys' radar. May 31st. It's a busy day for me, but we got 2 events popping off that day. Dope as all hell. So at noon at the Hoyt Arboretum, the homie V from Flow in the City is doing a yoga class out there. The last one we did was on the helipad. It was dope as hell.
It looked dope as hell.
It was so fresh. The day was perfect. So we're going to be at the Hoyt Arboretum. There will be acai bowls. Always get the pronunciation. Available for everyone. There's going to be a half an hour guided tour, I believe, of the Arboretum. A section of the Arboretum after the class. And we'll be partying a little bit. But the Flow in the City events are just super fresh, super dope. So definitely check them out on Instagram. Check out Flow in the City. You can also go to the Hoyt Arboretum website and you will see a link for the event. The event's called Touch Grass. There's also a link within the event description for a mix I did for the previous yoga class. So that is May 31st. May 31st in the afternoon, we're going to be at OpenHaus. The event's called Exit the Maze. The event's called The ARTification of Living, presented by Exit the Maze.
There we go.
Shout out to Cole Reed over at OpenHaus.
Shout out to Cole.
This is a fundraiser for a very, very dope project. And she'll be on the show, I believe it's next week.
I think so, yeah.
Next week to talk to you guys about that, shed a little light on it. But yeah, so we have that going on. And we'll be doing a live podcast session. This is an opportunity for you guys to come out and be guests on the show over at OpenHaus. So yeah, it's going to be super fresh.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. So we're about to have a break.
More stuff after the break.
Absolutely. But if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the comments, stay active in the chat, and throw some music on.
All of that does actually matter. I know it's annoying to hear it, but please do it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it does. It does help. It does help. For real. All right. So we will see y'all in 10 minutes. And we're back. And guess what? You're still here, and we appreciate that.
We really do.
Yes.
Welcome
back to News My Fiance. We are in the second half. We had a lot of fun in the first half. Had a whole lot of fun in the first half. Some would say it's at my expense.
No, some would say some of it was at your expense.
Some would say some of it was at my expense.
Yeah.
I would say no expense. It's all good.
Free 99.
Free fucking 99. I love it. It's hilarious.
So I don't know how people like on Twitch with big followings that have chats that are going like crazy. I mean, I guess it happens on YouTube too, but where the chat is just like moving
boom, 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 boom,
100 miles a minute or a second, you know? Like we miss a lot that happens in the chat, and our chat isn't like that is what I'm saying. Right. So I don't know how, even with a mod, I don't know how people are catching everything. and now I can't even find it, where Michelle said, it's just a ribeye for my family. And I need you to keep that in mind when you get pulled over by the police with those steaks in your trunk. And they're like, what are these? Weapons formed against us? And you're going to say, this is a ribeye
for my family.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle.
And I will return and get more ribeyes.
No, you won't. Actually, never will do that. We will absolutely. No, we won't. You won't. I won't. We won't together. No.
Fine.
Nope. The experiment has happened.
It has.
We know the outcome now.
It has.
We don't ever need to go back to that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Shout out to Los. He said today's break music was a vibe. 10 out of 10. So
What'd you play?
We played. I played Jazz is Dead, Volume 1, which is Adrian Young and Alicia Heat Muhammad. Nice. I forgot how many volumes they have now, but yeah.
Okay.
Also, shout out to whoever did the booking and programming of the St. John's Day. Was it parade, festival, block party situation? So
was that recent?
Yeah, just this past weekend.
Oh.
Black Belt Eagle Scout.
I don't think I live here.
And Shabazz Palaces.
Oh.
Right. Free show. Yeah. We were busy. On Saturday. We were doing family things. But man, what? That's crazy. It's awesome.
Shout out to Mila.
Yes.
Throw that out there real quick.
Yes.
Do we jump into this story? Do we hop in?
Yeah. The African in me wants to talk about these Africans.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you want me to read the story? Do you want to read it? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
As you may have heard, the U.S. welcomes white South African refugees amid controversy over race, policy, and land reform. I don't even know what to say about it. Okay. I'll do my best. In a high-profile and contentious move, 59 white South Africans were moved as refugees at Washington Dulles International Airport. Is that how you say it? Is it Dulles?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I sure hope so. Correct me in the chat. Airport on Monday today, under the Trump administration's new policy claiming they are fleeing race-based violence and government discrimination. The group, all Afrikaners, members of the former ruling minority during apartheid. I'm going to say that part one more time because I feel like maybe sometimes people don't know what that word means. The group, all Afrikaners, members of the former ruling minority during apartheid, arrived on a chartered flight organized by the U.S. State Department. So just to, real briefly interrupt myself to say we are sending U.S. citizens and U.S. Those already involved in the immigration process here legally. We are sending people to other countries, and now we are accepting folks for fun.
Which is interesting because, from what I understand, Trump closed the borders.
Borders are closed because Biden left them wide open because there's a button, and if you don't push the button, the borders don't close, and then it's open to Venezuela because they're at our border.
Right.
I don't know if you know that. Yeah. You probably don't. You probably haven't heard of that.
Share a border. They didn't know.
Right there. Okay, so the U.S. Deputy Secretary of State, Christopher Landau, and DHS Deputy... I'm sorry. These titles are just ridiculous. And DHS Deputy Secretary Troy Edgar greeted the group, citing a need for the U.S. to support individuals who can assimilate easily.
What's so special about these guys?
Can assimilate easily and are facing persecution. The action comes amid an ongoing freeze on refugee admissions from other conflict zones, including Afghanistan, Sudan, and Myanmar. Trump's February executive order specifically cited, quote, government-sponsored race-based discrimination. and the uncompensated expropriation of white-owned farmland in South Africa as justifications for this exception. Critics, including South African officials and human rights advocates, have condemned the move as politically driven and racially selective. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa defended the country's new land reform law, likening it to the U.S. eminent domain policies, and denying claims of a land confiscation campaign. Mm-hmm. South African spokesperson Crispin Fury, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, called the refugee designation politically motivated, adding it undermines the country's democratic progress since apartheid. The Episcopal Church, which was asked to assist in resettlement efforts, declined participation, citing concerns over racial justice and the bypassing of other vulnerable refugee populations. Quote, "It has been painful to watch one group of refugees selected in a highly unusual manner receive preferential treatment," said President Bishop Sean Rowe, highlighting the exclusion of allies from Afghanistan and Iraq. Meanwhile, historians and experts have warned that Trump's framing of the situation as a genocide inflames racial tensions. By using the term genocide, Trump has gone beyond the reality here, said Tula Simpson of the University of Pretoria. It creates a very intense and unpredictable situation in South Africa, which, I mean, absolutely tracks for exactly what he would want to do.
Absolutely.
Despite the backlash, U.S. officials insist the move aligns with refugee law. we don't care. Like, we just don't even care anymore. Quote, "It is not surprising that a country from which refugees come does not concede that they are refugees," said Landau. "The United States has determined these individuals are eligible for refugee protection under our laws. This episode marks a sharp divergence from traditional refugee policy and underscores the administration's evolving and polarizing approach to immigration."
So, I mean, the obvious motivation's there, right? These is white people. These are white people that practice and are very upset that apartheid's over. And now they got to give everything they earned back. Woe is me. We're seeing all these justifications for it, as media pundits are going up and taking the same talking points from the White House and the administration as to why this is a different situation, though. This is a genocide. The U.S. is stepping in to assist these victims of a genocide. What I want to make sure we're not doing is debating bullshit. Let's not get caught up in the false reality. You're doing this because they're white. This is no different when he was saying, we'll accept, what was it, the first administration? We'll accept refugees from Norway. We'll accept people,
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to get some of the smart ones.
Yeah.
You got to get, if we're going to bring some of those foreigners, they got to be smart.
Yeah.
And white.
We got to help these whites escape the shithole country,
That is Norway?
Bring them here.
Yeah.
Well, that's South Africa. We got to help these particular whites escape the shithole country. And, get them a secure place here. This matches up, To
the fact that we will create policy or, emergent or executive orders over things that aren't real. Is that what you mean? It all adds up because we have absolutely no understanding what that G word means until now. Like, so much so that we have to censor using that word because of it happening in real time. Like, you could use it before it was like on your phone. And then now they're like, you actually can't use that word if you're going to be in front of a camera.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. An actual genocide is happening. Show us.
That has been. Oh, I thought you were going a different way.
Yeah, like, show us.
They absolutely cannot do that.
Where's the proof of this genocide?
There's no Wi-Fi in South Africa.
Oh, all right.
That's what we learned
There's
from
no
this.
TikTok or anything over there? There's no reporting from the...
Nope.
None of the white settlers that are coming here?
They don't even have TikTok.
They don't have any evidence of the genocide that's happening? Cool beans.
They all wrote it down on napkins.
Oh.
Those napkins have made it, from there to here. Maybe there will be the display, a napkin display later in Trump's library museum.
I am anxious for the data. I will accept me search over research.
No, you will not.
Just present us with something that,
Oh, no, I mean, they're saying it's happening. Yeah. They're not going to show you what you want. You want the full video. You want the whole body cam.
Just something. So this is such a horrific situation that's happening. Show me something. Like something. Did somebody's car get towed? Something. What happened? Where's the genocide? I'm just saying. I'm just not going to.
The numbers are bleak if you try and look for it.
Mm.
You're not going to get answers that take you to where you want to go, because claims of a white genocide aren't real. They're not. Even the South African court ruled that it's not real.
I think I'm going to.
And that was this year. That was 2025. They were like, "Could you please stop playing?"
Yeah, I think I'm in the wrong echo chamber. I gotta get an account on Truth Social. That's probably where all the evidence is.
Kyle?
Kyle's gonna back me on this.
No, he's not gonna. No. Sure, you will find that. Yes, he will agree that is where you will find the things.
Yeah.
He is not going to agree that you should go there to look for it.
Kyle, prove it wrong.
Oh.
Kyle is with my F shit.
No, he definitely is.
Yeah.
I don't know that you, is there a reason to censor the top if you're not going to censor the bottom?
As soon as I did it, I was like, that was odd.
The real Winnie Pooh this situation.
I didn't want to make eye contact with Jess because I was a little embarrassed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But now, why'd you say F shit, Ambush? I don't know.
Don't worry. I spend the entire week thinking about things I said wrong on this show every time we do it. So.
Listen, Lakeitha, this is what I'm saying. One pic of a white Afrikaner baby with a broken leg or something.
Not with a broken leg.
Sprained finger. Something. Did someone get a bad haircut? What is the turmoil that justifies the use of this word that you won't use in a situation where people are actually happening?
Well, because we are funding that. That one.
That's on us. We purchased that one.
Paid for it.
Oh
paying for it. We're still on the hook.
Yeah. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Listen, I am not. No, I could give 2 fucks. I brought that F word back so I could use it again.
I liked it.
And then said F word.
Yeah. I'm here for all of it. Let me just tell you. I love every single piece of it.
I could give a damn, bro. Like, seriously. I don't care. This is a distraction. What is actually happening right now that you are even having this bullshit? Like, so they get here, right?
Oh.
They get here. Then what? Are they going to get all these social services? Huh? They're getting free healthcare? What's happening? What else are they going to get? They getting food stamps?
I wonder if the Latino migrants get $500, vouchers to hotels every day and $1,000 SNAP cards or something. I don't know. That's what they're doing in New York. If you ask a few people,
where are they sending these guys?
Oh, all over. And actually, thanks for asking. I want to say that at the top of this, I was supposed to say this was supposed to just be a hot take show.
Right.
Not supposed to be. That's what I said I wanted to happen.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And part of it is one of the places is Oklahoma.
Mm.
And we are coming right up on the anniversary of the
Tulsa Massacre. In which the last 2 remaining survivors were denied any and all justice.
Any and all.
Oh, that's crazy.
And you are going to bring folks in who are not facing racial prosecution, who are not in any way victims of genocide, who actually, their lineage absolutely enacted that.
Right.
This is absolutely the slave owners getting paid money for losing their slaves. These folks are supposed to be able to come here and live the American dream that not a one of us, and I don't just mean black people, not a one of us are going to touch in the same way that it is supposed to have, be
the way it was
possible.
Sold. Yeah.
I'm not even saying that they're going to be able to do that. I don't know who these people are. I don't know if they broke farmers. I don't know if their farm was up or what,
Right.
It's my understanding farms weren't taken. All they did was say, we have the ability to do that, which is absolutely a tactic that the Trump administration knows very well.
Very, very.
To even just throw it on the books, put it on the books that's there and we could do it if we want to.
So I asked you where they were sending them because there was a part of me that was like, I could see Eric Adams being like, send him here.
Oh, I'm sure.
Send us
let's get
your
this
tired and poor. Send us your tired and poor whites. Like, yeah. P-Town said, you asked what is happening? It's prep for a ground war.
Ooh.
I mean,
so?
Listen, this is a warmongering president.
Absolutely.
Hegseth is, drunk Yosemite Sam.
Alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yosemite Sam?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He is definitely drunk Yosemite Sam. He wants to be blasting all over the place. For sure.
Oh my God.
So any opportunity to flex U.S. muscle, I believe it. It can happen anywhere. Anywhere. Sure. What you got?
I'm trying.
Okay.
Oh.
Uh-oh. She said, oh.
They'll be resettled across several states, with some heading to Minnesota, others to Republican-led states like Idaho and Alabama. You guys are going to do great in Idaho. Let me be honest.
They're going to do wonderful in Idaho.
They're going to be right at home.
They're going to flourish.
It's going to be incredible.
Oh, my God.
You guys are going to get to talk about all of the prosecution none of you have ever felt.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Going to be welcome with open arms.
And about all of the people that you'd like to own again. That you'll be able to bond over the white ethno state that you both want to have. They'll be able to, you can give them stories of the past and they'll be like, oh my God, the utopia I've been waiting for.
The good old days.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so great. You guys are going to fit right in.
Wait a minute.
What?
Is this administration importing MAGA voters? Going down that rabbit. That's what the right says.
Absolutely.
They left the borders open so they could get all these people to vote Democrat. That's a thing.
Which is exactly what the Democrats do. And, good on the Republicans for trying to make a move.
Unbelievable.
Import more MAGA voters. Which is funny that they actually wouldn't, because there's, a solid amount of Cuban ones that were like, my president forever. That's we go together, know? And then he was like, you got to go.
That tune changed real quick.
And he, so disrespectful, he was like, go to El Salvador. I don't even care. Ain't that where you from anyway?
So you guys got family over there, right? You know somebody there. Everyone speaks Spanish.
The same language.
Yeah. Get over there.
That's the guy that you were like, yes, I will continue.
Yeah.
Continue to vote for.
It was interesting. I saw a majority report piece earlier today, and they had a man from Zateo, Hassan Mehdi Hassan. Yeah. And he was saying, there's so many things that the Trump administration is doing that are just underhanded pitches for the Dems to just pick up and score off of.
And they're like, oh my God, there's shit on that ball. Right. There's totally poop on it. Right. I won't touch it. But I will not pick it up.
Instead, they're pivoting to discuss what they call kitchen table issues. gas and food prices. And Mehdi was like, here's
Trump
the thing.
already said that they went down.
Right.
So move on.
Mehdi's like, here's the thing. Voters don't need the Dems to step up and discuss gas and food prices because they're dealing with that directly. We don't need
I don't need you to also talk about it on MSNBC.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be cool if you resisted this administration though. That is my kitchen table issue.
They certainly don't have that in them.
My kitchen table issue is bitch do something.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that? Is that a part
of your
memo of what a kitchen table issue is?
We got a bill in the works for that? No.
Y'all love to take a picture somewhere and then be like, "We did it." There's so many of them that if violence were just fine, I'd be doing the violence to you.
Yeah.
You know?
I am curious as to what country. It
doesn't need to be just fine.
Yeah. I'm curious as to what country will be next. Who's going to be next? He mentioned Norway a while ago. They're like, we're cool. He wants to
they don't have a white genocide, Ambush. Are you out of your mind? Come on. There's no white genocide happening in Norway. They take care of each other.
We need white persecution.
No, they're just going to continue to bring Afrikaners here until they realize, whoopsie doodles.
This sucks. We're going back.
Goucha. Did we make a move that doesn't make any fucking sense?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
guys, it sucks over here.
Welcome. It sucks here. You're not going to love it. Have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And when we say it sucks here, it's not just the stuff that black people are going through, marginalized groups are going through. Overall, based on some of the things that this administration has done, it just fucking blows.
I'd like to even take that a few steps back. In many countries, the things that we are actively fighting for that are like we're having to fight for it.
Right.
In many other countries, that is a given.
Yeah. Yeah.
The things that you give up to be able to come to this country for a lot of folks is wild. And I feel terrible for them. It's a whoopsie doodles.
Yeah.
You get here, there's fucking nothing that you think you were going to get.
Yeah.
None of it.
Certainly not health.
Now, if you are a person who has money, damn.
Yeah.
No, wherever you're coming from, you likely have better regulations on food, air quality.
Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys saw this. The U.S. Agriculture Department has decided not to require poultry companies to limit salmonella bacteria in their products.
Well, I mean, yeah, brother, we're doing deregulation. This is rugged individualism at its best. Gonna be a part of the market or don't. If you were really wanting to be a good meat processor, you would just make sure your meat doesn't have salmonella in it, okay? The market will decide. That's all I'm telling you. The market will decide. You'll stop buying Foster Farms if it just makes you sick every time.
Jesus.
Yeah. Win.
I'm in Oregon. I didn't want to be on the trail. I'm not trying to.
You don't want to die of dysentery?
I didn't move here for that shit. Now we got to get a chicken coop. This is bullshit, bro.
We can't get a chicken coop.
Why?
We will have coyotes literally eating our chickens at all times.
Facts.
They will just walk on the freeway straight.
Facts.
Nah, we can't do that. We don't have
the coyotes are an issue.
Not a real situation for us at the moment.
But,
more patrons or more memberships or something. We can buy land and then have chickens.
Community farm.
We would do that.
Yeah. I mean, the deregulation across the board was something that I was extremely fearful of, and I was, I was really consumed with it. Really consumed with the idea of these corporations and industries being able to just do whatever they want. We've seen decade after decade, they are not to be trusted. They're going to cut so many of these large organizations and distributors and manufacturers. like they're under investigation. They're constantly, you know what I'm saying? They're constantly violating
every regulation that actually exists today anyway.
Right. They're constantly, so the inspectors are constantly going there and it's like, oh, you failed this inspection. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Now you're basically saying, what are we even inspecting? Why don't we just let them, like,
it's too costly. You know, a little too costly to continue to do these inspections or whatever. I mean, really, honestly, what it is that a very small group of people are able to lobby a very small group of people.
Yeah, period.
And say, listen, that cost me too much money and I can't continue to do it. So I need to be able to not have to do it. You got to take that thing away.
It's like insult on top of injury. So the food prices are already going up, right? And shout out to anyone that is on any type of assistance, SNAP program, or anything like that. While the food prices are going up, your benefits are not.
Right.
Right. So you're getting less food.
Right.
So food prices are going up. And now you're telling me that this food that I'm paying more for is actually less safe, which is going to cost me more in the long run when it comes to healthcare, which is also expensive. Like, listen, for anyone that doesn't know, Jess, let me get camera. I have a channel on Instagram called Cooking with Am. I love to cook the meats. Call back to the first half. The poultry, the fish, the beef. My oxtail game is crazy.
Immaculate.
My jerk chicken game, crazy. My baked turkey. What are we talking about?
No, the baked turkey is nuts.
And now what you're telling me is I can't trust this food?
You couldn't trust it then, babe.
True, but now it's that much more worser?
It is that worser.
Most worserist? Food? Like, this is a choice.
Most worserist is absolutely amazing.
America, we are supposed to be the leaders here of progress on the globe.
Where?
Supposed to be.
Oh,
we're supposed to be. You know? Said. She said, yes, on this globe. On this flat earth.
The leaders of progress is, I don't think that's what you mean.
We're supposed to be. You know?
No, I don't think that's our promise. I think our promise is that we have the most money.
Jeez.
That's that and the most might.
John said, we're going to have to start carrying a canary around to check air quality. It's true.
Nah, for real. There are a couple of things I need to read from the chat. Yes. Oh, first of all, John also said that violence is fine. And I need you to know, thank you. I needed to hear that. Sometimes, you know. Yeah. Carlos said, get your bread up and buy them non-salmonella having chickens, brokey.
You right.
Top tier.
You right. You right, Lowe's.
Jess comes in and says, insult on top of infection soon enough. Fuck your injury. Fuck your injury. That's an infection.
Straight up. I am pinning AJ's comment.
Yes, shout out to AJ.
I got a Safe Meat Connect. Rebel Meat. It's local and POC owned. Calm down.
Calm down.
Thank you.
Thank you. But also, I'm not calming down. You know why? No, the deregulation is something that we have talked about as being one of the very big, glaring red flags and big issues of this administration. A person like RFK, you know, who's like actually suffering from multiple medical issues, to be like, you know, just be healthy and then like, you are a good American.
Right.
Just be healthy. Just don't eat certain things. Also, we will take your black babies if you say that they have ADHD. We're going to take them reparent. Moving on. Also, autistics can't make any money. You won't be able, we can't exploit you later. Not really worth having you around.
Right.
Like, this is for real. Like, sorry. I get myself very worked up in the moments of realizing that this is an actual administration and not a TV show. Mm-hmm. This is not Handmaid's Tale and this is the Gilead Council. That's an actual person that's in charge of our health and the administration of our health. Yeah. Like, that's insanity.
Yeah. Oh, what did you say?
And we're just all libertarians. Every single one of them is just like, hey, man, the market's going to decide and you can just be a part of it and you don't have to be a part of it, or you could, or you don't have to. And then, like, if you're good at it, you'll be a billionaire. And if you're not, you know, maybe, like, and also build your own roads if you want to have.
Right.
I just cannot get over it. Like, this is an equivocation to me of what barbershop intellect is. Mm-hmm. Questioning things is one thing. Questioning things that have answers, that have decades of proof, that the data is there. There is no reason to question this anymore, except for you didn't read or except for you didn't listen to the thing. That doesn't make you smart. That doesn't make you skeptical even.
No.
It makes you in the past.
Yeah, you're
like, it makes you a dummy.
Yeah, you're not interesting.
It doesn't make you interesting. It doesn't make you a contrarian. It doesn't make you somebody who has something interesting to say. You're asking questions that are easily Googleable.
Yeah.
Googleable.
Mm-hmm. That level of ignorance is a choice. Like,
but that level
choosing.
of ignorance also translates as intellect for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. So
I don't disagree that it's a choice, but it's a choice for a reason, because it'd be working for a lot of folks.
Shout out C's, big C's. Facts no longer matter. Opinions rule the day now. Hey, fam. What up, brother?
Hey, fam.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But there is something to be said about folks that think they got it, right? Mm-hmm. And that they're the smartest person in the room. And that doesn't mean that they think that they're, a PhD. It just means that they think that they can outmaneuver everyone in the room.
And that's enough.
And if that's enough, I guess that's enough. However, it doesn't actually mean that you've done anything or that you've imparted any knowledge or that you actually have any. It means that you did some skepticism and people there didn't have an answer to your question.
Right.
So you felt big. And like that is a thing that I think that we're seeing right now with Mark Lamont Hill on the Joe Budden podcast, where you see what it looks like when somebody is a skeptic or I'm just asking questions, dude. Next to somebody who's like, oh, I asked those questions and then I learned the answer.
And then I wrote books about
about that.
We're referring to Ish.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even need to be necessarily a topic that Mark has written a book on, which Mark has written multiple books.
Right.
But it doesn't even have to be something that he is so well-versed on that he's written a book. He is just that more well-versed on many of these topics. And when somebody who is like, oh, but is the earth round? Like, my man.
There was a time when the popular thought was the earth was flat. There was also a time when the popular thought was slavery was good. Like, let's stop. There was also a time when the popular thought was the white people in Europe just shit in the street. Yeah.
Do we leave that there?
What did that lead to?
Should we be doing that now? There was a time that happened. They used to put food on top of food and leave it rotting and then eat from that same pot because they called it like meat stew.
Yeah.
Pot meat.
Nasty.
Should we just continue on? There was a time, like, listen, there is absolutely truth in knowing just enough to make you dangerous. Dangerous doesn't have to mean that you are going to do something bad with that information. Dangerous means you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
And here you are having conversations about things you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, that is the entire Trump administration. But
right.
Now I don't even remember how we got.
Including RFK. Where did you say he took a swim in where now?
It was RFK.
RFK?
Creek in D.C. where the sewage runoff is.
Mans is literally swimming in shit to do what? I don't know. Prove to you that you can do that and still be a healthy American. Is that the point? Like,
he wants to.
What do we jump in there for? Is this Obama drinking the fucking Flint water?
Yo, RFK wants to. He wants to be Jack Palance so bad.
Remind people who Jack Palance is. I am.
Do you guys remember City Slickers? City Slickers was the bomb. Great movie.
Great movie.
The sequel, awesome. Jack Palance was the older cowboy that was in City Slickers. I can't remember what else he's been in. He's been in tons of films. I might find, I don't know. I don't want to throw this out there. I don't know where he was politically. I don't want to say anything about that. But Jack Palance, this is the dude, old dude, drop down, do push-ups, whatever, challenge you. He's like who Clint Eastwood wanted to grow up to be. He retained all of his muscle, tanned, leathery tan. You could bounce a quarter off him. Like, that's who RFK was to
Hyde.
Man, he was the tough guy. He was the old tough guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack Palance, dope. I'm going to find out later. He probably said something controversial.
This is not the dude that did the juicing. What's that guy's name?
The juicing.
The dude that like brought everybody a juicer.
Not him. I can't remember that guy's name either. But
he was tanned and leathery.
Yeah. That's who RFK wants to be. Definitely.
There's so much in the chat.
Yeah. But like the idea that he's swimming in that particular channel where sewage runoff is, like, you're impervious to everything. Cool. Because you don't vaccinate, except you're probably secretly vaccinating. Like, anyways. I do want to get to this last story. Because we didn't get a chance to pull it in last time. Local story, and I'll jump into it. There's some comments you want to get?
Maybe we can take this comment from Jess and do something with it for the voter guide. Because people just like that are up for election right now.
Facts.
They just ask questions all the way to the voters pamphlet. And that is the realest shit. Like, going through every candidate and trying to decipher, like, you sound like tech bro. Let me make sure. Oh, shit, you are. Like, you sound like libertarian. So, oh, shit, you are. Like, yeah, like there are so many people. And I want to remind us that, I don't know, I think maybe it's like 15 years ago now. And that's to my knowledge. So it's probably longer than that. Steve Bannon. The Bannon has been trying to get people on every local elected position that he possibly can. Yeah. So there's a lot of, a lot of understanding about people running for school board in like 2017, 18. Mm-hmm. My man's been working on this project just like he's been working on having all of these right-wing people in different parts of the globe at the same time. Yeah. Decades on decades.
He's putting numbers on the board.
No, my man's got a lot of wins with the double collars. Yeah. You know, like if you're wearing two polos, you got to be serious about something. Boom. He was serious about this. Yeah. It's unfortunate the long game was real strong. I just want us to remember and keep that in mind that is what is so important about local elections and looking into these candidates, especially if they're running unopposed. If they are running unopposed and you ain't never heard of this person, look at their things. Look at their social media. That is the most important thing you could do right now. I am a very much Google the name, the city, state, and then controversy or scandal or racist and see what comes up. Like, Reddit gives you so many different things. Yeah. If anybody has talked about people, you will find it on Reddit and you will likely find a bunch of the receipts about it. Yeah. Like, for sure. Look into that because it is these people. It is the RFKs. It is the anti-vaxxers. It's the people that are like, I grew up with Jenny McCarthy. Like, it's them that are like trying to be the heads of things right now. Your school board, the person who wants to replace the head librarian.
Undeservedly so, too.
Completely. Yeah. Oh, totally unqualified. Totally, like, the amount of unqualified people running for positions for school board right now is legitimately mind-blowing. Yeah. It's like, I run a business, so I can do it. Sorry, I didn't mean to take over.
No, it's fine.
Please, we can move on to the next story now.
All right. Advocates sound alarm over Oregon housing aid program failures. A new Oregon Health Authority housing assistance program meant to prevent houselessness and support vulnerable residents is failing those it was designed to help, according to a coalition of 30 advocacy organizations. At a public meeting Wednesday, advocates said the program, this is last Wednesday, the advocate said the program's broken rollout has led to evictions, treatment interruptions, and a bureaucratic quagmire for low-income individuals and their families across Portland metro area. The program launched in November as part of OHA's Health-Related Social Needs, HRSN, initiative, was intended to provide short-term rental assistance to Medicaid recipients facing health challenges and housing instability. Instead, advocates described it as a logistical nightmare. We encountered administrative collapse, Solar Salazar, head of Celio Treatment Center and West Coast Sober Housing, speak on behalf of the coalition. Applications now span up to 90 pages, must be faxed at significant cost, and often result in denials without clear reasoning, she said.
Faxed. F-A-X. Faxed.
Faxed. 90 pages. Applications are 90 pages and must be faxed? Bro. The fallout has been severe. The state ombuds office reported 145 complaints since January, including cases where individuals with state-issued approval letters were evicted anyway. Principal ombudsperson Ellen Penny said these were the worst cases she's seen in 14 years. People in domestic violence coming out of rehab or with disabilities are being walked out of their home with only what they can carry, she said, urging immediate and courageous action. Care Oregon, a key administrator of the program, acknowledged the issues, calling them heartbreaking and attributing them to a rushed rollout and inadequate infrastructure. OHA echoed that the program was not meant for imminent eviction prevention and said it is working to improve processes and increase staffing and partnerships. Community advocate Shelley Latini described the process as a hamster wheel where applicants are endlessly stuck in limbo. Clients and advocates sit 3 to 5 hours on hold just to hear there are no updates. Repeated submissions of documents often go unacknowledged, she added, with no system in place to track cases properly. One mother of 3 with disabilities said her family was left homeless despite applying for aid in February. It's been over 60 days, and I never even received a phone call, she said. After losing her home, she also lost her job and is now sleeping in a church basement. My kids and I are in a complete mental and emotional wreck. Advocates are calling for an urgent overhaul of the program to prevent further harm. You mentioned it like earlier in the show, or it might have been like a previous show. Where we're talking about making sure these programs are given the time needed to be properly implemented. As a matter of fact, this is in the voter guide. That's where I saw it. To be properly implemented, and also making sure that they're properly funded and resourced. This is a nightmare. This is a absolute nightmare.
1,000%. Also, I'm sorry, if the assistance program is meant to prevent homelessness, then it needs to be able to stop people from being evicted.
Right.
So the idea that it's not set up to be an emergency like rent assistance situation where there are too many programs doing either the same thing or nothing that's what's supposed to happen.
Right.
Emergency is emergency. You know, like preventing homelessness includes keeping people in the homes they're in. The idea that we're not able to push money through quickly to a landlord does not make sense. It actually doesn't.
No. It doesn't.
It actually doesn't. Everything is digital. Everything can be digital. If we are talking, this is the government and it needs to come from a great. You figure out how to become a workaround. You figure out how to work around your bureaucracy and timeline for someone else's imminent eviction.
No one should be faxing anything today. We're talking about
90 pages.
Right. Hurdles are one thing. This is a brick wall.
That's a brick wall.
That's the end of the line right there. I
just did a quick Google. So this is not I'm not giving a hard number.
Okay.
Between $1 and $5 per page to fax, depending on where that's going and depending on where you are. 90 pages. If you were paying $5 that's $450. Is that right?
I believe so.
How about
9 times 5?
Yeah.
45. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
If it's $1, it's $90.
Come on, man.
And if you don't have the rent and you have spent the rent money to be able to do the other things like pay whatever other bills, make sure you paid your car note so that if you do get evicted, you have a car to sleep in. Like, there are so many different calculations that folks are making as working folks.
How much you in the bed? They got to print the pages first. They're not giving the 90 pages.
Yeah, and where are you doing that? Yeah. Because if you do you have a printer? You have a printer? Do you have ink? Can you go buy more ink? Do you have paper? So then if you're getting the copies, you're paying 20 cents, 25 cents a paper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
90 pages of anything is ridiculous if you're paying per sheet. Like, literally.
Yeah. Nah, that's utter nonsense, bro.
But we don't even have to get stuck on that particular thing. The fact of the matter is, every single one of these programs that continue to get started, founded, funded, thought of, there are existing nonprofits that do this work. There are existing departments within the state, the county, the city that do this work. And I'm not saying take away from whatever has happened here. I'm saying, as much as we hear folks talk about like a strategic plan in a smaller business or even a bigger business, does the government not have the retreat? I know they do. This is a rhetorical question. They absolutely have the retreat. They absolutely do the strategic plan. They absolutely do all of this is what our reimagining of our mission, vision, and values is. And we're going to try and implement these things in the next however many years. And then we do not fucking take a moment to look and see how many of the places are doing the things that we need done. How many places are we already funding that don't have enough funding? Have we considered maybe housing people first?
Right.
What if we went that route? I know it's been thought about, but what we don't do is implement the things in full-throatedly. So like, we absolutely have to be on a housing first path, or there is no beating the homelessness crisis. Also, understand that this is the war on drugs. Like, this is a absolutely manufactured fucking thing that the government is acting like they don't know how did it get here? I guess all you guys got lazy all of a sudden.
Right.
No one wants to work. That's right. I've heard that on the news.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, this is a completely manufactured fucking thing. These are policy choices. And we as voters and we as citizens have to do our level best. And I know it's hard, but we have to do our level best to continue to like pay attention once the thing has happened. So a new program is created. What's happening with it? Not just hearing any reactionary's idea of like it didn't work yet.
Right.
What's actually happening? Did they get the money? Are they funded? Do they have a staff? Are they able to do any outreach yet?
Right.
Is there 2 people or 12? You know what I'm saying? Like,
like, how are you preparing them for the scale up?
Those are the things that don't get reported until it's like, well, in Portland Street Response only had so-and-so people. You choked them to death.
Right.
Like many of these other nonprofits, but also, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of nonprofits that are just in the way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That are just in the way. But this is like not some weird unsolvable problem. That's not what we're dealing with. And the fact that the things that, new programs are failing, that the answers are very clear. Priorities, right? Like, poverty is a policy choice, and it is absolutely needed under the entire capitalist structure in which we live. Like, we absolutely have to have a class that we are able to say, yuck.
It's just wild. It's wild that we're wired that way. Or some of us are.
Wired is the wrong word.
Oh, yeah?
Or does that mean built? Or what does that mean to you? Wired, to me, I have always thought about that as being the way that you were, like, born. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. But you're saying
this is indoctrination. This is not innate. This is not natural. None of us are born with the idea that we should be exploiting other people.
Yeah, you're right.
This is taught. This is learned behavior. And this is indoctrination of what we are supposed to find ourselves fine with.
Yeah, it's just been passed down so well for so many generations. It just feels like, God, you guys are just born this way, huh? Shit.
And that is the point.
Mm-hmm.
The point is to make you think that this is our natural state. But, and we're late and we're going to go. But think about it this way. In those moments where you're like, is that really my nature? There are a lot of Confederates, we'll say. There are a lot of people that are like, I'm just, I don't know. I have this flag for my heritage.
Yeah,
right?
It's history.
It's history.
My history.
Those particular folks will be real quick to tell you that if Black people had the opportunity, they would enslave white people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're just going to do it to us.
Yep.
No. It isn't the thought. It isn't natural.
No.
For you to want to enslave other human beings. That is indoctrination. That is you being taught something that you didn't even realize you were learning.
Yep.
And now you think that's just the natural state of humans. It absolutely isn't. And you tell on yourself every single fucking time you say something like, well, Black people just want to do it too. Show me. And I say that because as if the opportunity weren't there. As if you were first.
Lowe said it's learned individualism.
And it's rugged, ain't it?
Golly.
It is. It's absolutely learned individualism, and it's gross, and it gets us nowhere. It gets us here. It's how we have the administration that we have. It's how we have the people that are following the administration that they follow. Like, all of that. The arms and the tentacles are so vast. It is not just one thing. It is never going to ever just be one thing. But It certainly ain't just one thing for this. You can't get this level of fuck shit with one idea, you know? So thanks. That's another episode of News with My Fiance. Monday night, Raw live, in person, live Raw, in the books. Thank you for spending this quality time with us.
This episode was made possible by our in-studio crew, Jess M., and our remote crew, Kyle G, Residual Audio, Michelle, and Ross. Shout out to our studio sponsors, L&J Industries, providing this dope space each and every week. And of course, big thanks to y'all for watching, listening, tuning in, staying engaged, being active in the chat. We could not do this without y'all.
Stay engaged with us all week. Follow us on IG at News with My Fiance. Follow Ambush at Scambeezy. Follow me at Portland Morgan. Become a member. Sock it to our pockets over at patreon.com/News with My Fiance.
Yay. And definitely head over there. Head over to the website. Check it out. We do have the merch store up.
More things coming soon. In the works.
Shout out to subscribers. We started the show with 104. We're now at 107. You know what I'm saying?
Big money.
Thank you for everyone that subscribed during the show. And shout out to our paid Patreon supporters, our fiancés. Starting with Casey,
C's,
Cher Bear,
Ella,
Jay,
Katie,
Kyle,
Michelle,
Olivia,
Ross,
and our growing stable of free 99 fiancés. Thank you all for your support and encouragement, and definitely for staying engaged with us. Michelle, I'm going to do it. All right, I got to get home. I'm going to thaw out this thick lunch meat.
Wait, I wasn't listening. Start over. Michelle, you're going to do it. What?
Michelle said we need a live tasting. So I'm going to go home, going to pull a couple of pieces of thick lunch meat, get it ready for me to season tomorrow and cook. And, we'll get it popping. What happened?
John said, I don't want no white dude in my house. Plus, I couldn't buck break nobody.
Oh.
And,
Sheesh. This is what Monday nights are for. We can't read those types of things on Thursday morning.
Certainly can't read that on Thursday mornings on the radio. So this has been fun.
Yeah, but you know the deal. Don't let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People over profits. Power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. No war but class war. Go hard in the systems and not people. And we will see you Thursday morning on X-Ray FM at 7:30.
Love you. Bye.
Is there anything else going on this weekend?
No, bye.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. You can catch this show streaming live on YouTube every Monday night from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And our podcast episodes are available everywhere you listen to podcasts except Spotify.